thank you so much for coming. Introduce yourself, if you would, please, and tell us a little bit about why you came to the conference.
Right. So I'm the Chief of Customer Insight and Innovation at Foursquare, and we're actually all about bridging the digital real-world divide. And I really wanted to come to this conference. I actually gave a keynote yesterday at one of the concurrent tracks. We're really all about doing exactly what the DMA is all about in terms of bridging the real world and personalized messaging to the digital world, and the way that consumers, we really believe that and understand that the places people go are the best indicator of who they are. And people talk about being at home and shopping sitting down and waiting for their boxes to arrive. But what they're really looking for is their phone to navigate them to the best experiences,
right,
and to real world experiences. And then I believe they're aggregating themselves, and we believe at Foursquare, aggregating themselves into custom audiences and inviting us to connect with them. They are looking for, if they're walking down the street, and maybe they have the TouchTunes app, that's one of our partners, to know and to be messaged to that, you can listen to your favorite music, Rihanna, 2 blocks away, and you can enjoy your favorite drink, which we may know because they actually shared information about themselves to tell us what relevant messaging would be for them to get the right message to the right person at the right time.
So Foursquare has been around for quite a while, actually. I
Yes.
would say it feels like, to me, one of the more pioneers in kind of the digital app space. How have you guys kept relevant and changed and evolved over time?
Yeah, it's all about consumer connectivity and I think strategic partnerships. Partnerships with brands, client direct, powerful partnerships with their agencies to make sure that the messaging gets delivered, and then also continuing to really build this foundation on the foundation of Foursquare, which was built on a base of first-party data, and there's just a tremendous investment there in technology. And that's where, if you think about the industry, there's a great Wayne Gretzky quote that says, skate to where the puck's going to be, not to where the puck is today. And that's what Foursquare has been really able to do, is to anticipate through strong technology investment that the more we can build on this foundation of first-party data and build powerful partnerships with AccuWeather, with Tinder, with Apple, with Airbnb, with Samsung, so many important app-based consumer connectors, that keeps our freshness and relevance with consumers at its absolute peak. And if you think about technology as being maybe cold and antiseptic, I think it's the exact opposite when you think of your mobile phone.
Yeah.
It's in your hand, right? It's really personal and it's high touch.
Yes.
And so what I observe as a consumer insights expert and industry expert is that consumers are actually aggregating themselves into target audiences for the first time. And they're saying, I want to be met on my terms in the place where I am, instead of as a persona.
Right.
That's a gross generalization of who they might be, but maybe doesn't actually even describe an individual person.
Right.
And certainly not like someone who's 25 to 54.
Yeah.
And there's a colleague of mine that works in a major CPG company who ran Insights, was my counterpart in the industry when I was at General Mills. Her CMO said to her, look, if I have a sales problem, you have an insights problem. So it was like, don't be bringing me these insights about who these people are and how to reach them if my sales aren't going up. And so we have to be able to tie those things together. So it's creating scaled audiences that are not bluntly put together, that are what you might think of as the high-value consumer.
Yeah.
And I have a great example of that from Land Rover, as one of our clients, who created this, and it was in my presentation yesterday. They created this Discovery, they have the Discovery Vehicle series, right?
Yes.
But they were rolling it out and creating advertising for it. So they came, and I thought this was very clever. They came to Foursquare and they said, could you help us discover undiscovered places? because we want that to be part of our advertising. And we want to go out online and say to consumers, these are some undiscovered places. So with the Discovery Vehicle Series, you can travel to these undiscovered places and open up the adventures of a lifetime, which you can imagine is a very beautifully targeted toward the kind of person that would be interested in that series, in that Discovery series. And so what they found, so we identified undiscovered places, but instantly what happened was there was user-generated content created of consumers talking to each other saying, these are my undiscovered places.
Oh, okay.
And so they were able to see this tremendous increase in both activity on their website, engagement on their website, but also in actual foot traffic. So now we're talking behavior and separating money from your wallet, right, into the dealerships. And so it's literally being able to attribute that particular message to consumers' engagement and engagement with each other, which we know is more powerful than engagement with the government or with any other powers that be, and then basically able to kind of pay that forward into a much more popular vehicle series than it maybe would have been otherwise.
Right, and a really powerful campaign.
How many bosses are like, okay, they've got the salesperson, the marketing person, the engineering person, right? Yeah. Sitting in front of them, everyone has a different answer. What's my sales volume going to be this month, right? And they're like, come on, guys, like duke it out. I want one answer. And instead, what Office Depot did is literally their senior management said, we are going to have one view of the truth, and they created a center of excellence. And so they announced on the main stage at the ANA Measurement Conference that they were adopting and adapting their whole enterprise decision-making to Foursquare's attribution measurement. So now we have targeting custom audiences to get these creative entrepreneurial millennials through their adoption of our API and the SDK, and now fully attributing it to growth in sales. And so able to close the loop and simplify communication.
It is a really exciting thing to think about, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the conference. It's been great talking to you.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Great
much.
talking to you too.